Fly Me to the Moon is indeed one of the most catchy songs of all time. I mean, just think about the melody, right? So simple. It's literally just a scale going up and down, but of course, you know, the song is way more than that. But that means that we can really make it simple. Now, I was trying to come up with an arrangement. I was playing along with the backing track. I made up a backing track and I thought it sounded nice, but I kept changing it. So I thought that it was way too difficult to teach. So I came up with this super simple arrangement. And one thing that I love is the fact that here there is no tempo. We play a chord when we knit it, and then it's mainly just the melody. I'm gonna be using a baritone ukulele. So we got D, G, B, and E, just like the top 4 strings of a guitar. And the arrangement is in the key of A minor. It's a super simple arrangement. We're going to use the finger picking technique as well. One thing before we get started though, you can play this arrangement on a tenor ukulele, on any ukulele that you want, on any tuning, high G or low G. It sounds great, but I'm going to be using the baritone because I like the deeper sound, at least for this arrangement. Now, the arrangement is in the key of A minor, which means that we are going to use the A minor scale. And the very first thing you want to do, you just memorize, the scale on one string, because the melody is mainly played on one string. So you have 0 and 1 and 3. Then we change position, the 5, 7, and 8. And you can change position again and play 10 and 12. Just memorize the notes because these are all the notes that we are actually playing. Now the very first section is this one. We have the melody, the fret number 8, 7, 5, 3, and 1. This is the very first section. And we're gonna play 2 chords here, so it's very simple. First one is an A minor chord. We are just borrowing that, root note on the 4th string, fret number 7. The note A, you can use either, the 3rd and 4th finger or the 2nd and 4th finger. So you play these 2 notes and then you keep playing the melody. So now when you play fret 1, we have a D minor chord or a D minor 7 chord. The melody is on the fret number 1, and then we have the 3rd string, fret number 2, and the 4th string open. The root note is on the 4th string. And I'm plucking with thumb, index, and ring. I'm kind of arpeggiating the chords, so you don't want to, pluck the strings simultaneously. Now, the melody, go up again. So we have 3, 5, 8, and 7. Now, when we play the fret number 7, this is where we're going to strike another chord. A G major chord. Now, you can make this chord super simple. You can just strum open strings. You can do that. But if you want to look cool, you got this open triad that I love. It's 4th string, fret number 5, and 7, and then 0, and then 7. The G major chord, but it's a beautiful way of playing it. Again, always nice arpeggio, thumb, index, middle, and ring. And then the melody, fret number 5, 3, 1, and 0. After that, I'm playing this chord, which is played on the 4th string, the fret number 2, then 4, then 1, and then 0. Now this is a C major 7 chord with the E on the bass. You can literally just play a simple C major chord. But if you want to add more color, like a jazzy color, just play the 3rd string, fret 4. So far, we literally just played, 4 chords? Like, I don't think we can make it easier than this arrangement. Now the melody is played on the fret number 5, 3, 1, 0, and 3 on the second string. Beautiful chord progression. And we're gonna play this F major chord, same triad as the G major, but just 2 frets back. So we have 3, 5, and 5. And then the melody. So 5, 3, 1, 0. And then when we play the fret number 3, this is a D minor chord. And the melody. 0, 1, 5, and 4. Now on this fret 4, we're gonna play an E major chord. Again, the same open triad, the same shape is 2, 4, and 4. And then the melody on fret number 1, 0, 3, and fret number 1. This is an A minor chord. And we can play the same chord shape here is 2, 4, 1, and 0. This time though we can consider this chord an A minor add 9 chord because the harmonic context tells us that this is an A minor chord in this bar, and so this is an A minor add 9, of course, with the E on the bass. Of course, I love the fact that there is no tempo, so you can really interpret the way you play the melody and the chords. So don't try to play everything, you know, following a certain tempo. You can take your time. Section 2, I love it. The melody is on fret number 1 and 3. And then 5 twice. Now, 2 chords, D minor 7 and G7. And I play them quickly. So I have 0, 2, 1, and 1. And for the G7 is 3, 0, 0, and 3. Now the melody. I love it. 8, 7. And fret number 3 with the fingers 3. And then after that we build this beautiful C major 7 chord. It's 2, 4, 1, and 3. It's a lovely sound. If you struggle with the stretch, just play a simple C major over E. Just 2, 0, 1, and 3. Now 2 more chords which we're gonna play like this. So I'm playing an E minor chord, I'm arpeggiating the chord. So it's basically these 3 notes. I have 7, 8, 9, and then on the 3rd string fret number 7, and the fret number 6. And I'm gonna build a chord in this position, a bar chord on fret number 5. It's just a lovely A7 chord. So So when I put this section together, now the melody, what a beautiful thing. Fret number 2 on the 3rd string, twice, and the fret number 1 on the 1st string, D minor 7. G7 again, and then the melody. So 5, 3, 1, and 0. And we finish with this D minor with the F on the bass, so it's 3, 2, 3, and E major, which is 2-1-0-0. Let me play the whole thing. Now the second section is the same up to the turnaround, but we can change things up just to maybe spice up the melody, like this. So everything is the same. I'm just adding an additional note to the melody, right? So the structure is the same. I play the chord, and then instead of just playing the melody with the single note, I'm actually, adding one more note, which is 7-7, 5-5, 4-3, and 2-1. So why? And then I can arpeggiate the D minor chord. Now, melody. And here, same thing, we can add an additional note. So I'm playing 4-3, 5-5, and then 8, and then the G major chord. And the melody, always with two notes. 5-5, 4-3, 2-1, and then the C major 7. Now F. Same thing, always two notes. F major chord, and then 4-3, 2-1, 0-0, the D minor chord. Melody. We keep it the same. So as you can see, like, we don't necessarily have to change everything. We can keep the same structure, keep the same chords, but just add maybe one additional note. It's a beautiful thing. We keep it the same. So we have to change the last section since we're playing different chords. So D minor and G7. Now the melody 8, 7, and 12. And from this 12, we are playing 10, 0, 0, and 12. And then 11, 12. 11, 12, and 12. So I'm not playing the second string. Such a weird chord. It's basically a diminished chord, but we're not playing the second string. And then we have the melody, which is 12. And we play a beautiful D minor 9. So bar chord on fret number 10 and the melody on fret number 12 with the fourth string open. Fret number 8 and the D minor 7, which is 0, 7, 6, and 8. So be careful with this section. Now G7. So I'm playing 5, 7, and 6, and the melody on the fret number 8, 7, and 8. And I finish with a C major chord with the G on the bass, bar chord on fret 5, and the melody on fret number 8. I love it. I hope you enjoyed this arrangement. I have so much fun playing such a simple, yet challenging, but also rewarding arrangement. I think it's important to keep it simple, but always, even just a little bit challenging. I'm gonna leave you to practice this lovely arrangement. Let me know if you like it. Leave a comment in the description down below. Good luck with this lesson, and I'll see you next time.